my name is Gemma. Today's video is going to be making some cherry jam. So the last video I made was bottling cherry. Another way of preserving cherry is cherry jam. So what we'll be needing is 500 grams of cherries and 2 1/4 cups of sugar. That is our first step for now. And so all you're doing is putting the cherries and the sugar in the jar, and then all you're doing is leaving it overnight, and you'll see what happens, which is almost like a magic trick. Let's do it. These have been pitted, so there are no pips in these cherries, which is important because you don't want pips in your jam. Oh, on the dot. Chuck a lid on this, and then we're just going to put it in a dark place overnight, and we'll come back. What you'll notice is the sugar mostly dissolves and pulls out a bunch of liquid out of the cherry. I haven't added any liquid to this jar since I put it away, which honestly magic, and I didn't believe it until I did it myself, so it's pretty cool. What we're going to do is pop this straight into a pan on the stove and over medium heat for about 5 minutes. Meanwhile, adding 1 lemon juice, you can 1 lemon juiced, sorry, or you could also add cinnamon stick and a vanilla clove if you want to as well. You can really be experimental with this and add different flavors. So once the sugar has dissolved, you turn it up until it starts to boil. Once it gets to the boiling point, you can then bring it back down to a medium-low, but make sure it's boiling, and we want that to happen for about 30 minutes. In the meantime, put a plate in the freezer, and we're going to use that to test if the jam's ready or not a little bit later on. While you're waiting for the 30 minutes of your jam to cure, you can go and sterilize some bottles just using some hot water. Make sure they're clean, make sure the lids are clean, and then once you've done that, you can put the bottles in the oven at about 100 degrees and make sure they're in there for the whole warming up process as well, just so you don't crack the glass. But this means that the glass is fully sterilized and it's hot, so when you put the jam in and then you let it sit and all cool down, you will have a full proper seal, and it will have a very high shelf life as well. It has been 30 minutes, and this is the time to pull out your frozen plate that you have frozen, and you're just going to grab just a little bit of syrup. This should kind of crinkle when I run my finger through it. We're just going to let it boil maybe for another 10 minutes and retry. The very last thing you have to do when you make any jam, and this cherry jam, is label it. So I always write what it is, especially because it's so dark and you can't necessarily see what it is, and the month and year. You might think, I'll remember. It's actually not always for you. It's if you end up giving them away as gifts or anything, then the people getting them knows what it is. There we go. And that is the cherry jam. I'm going to have to try it on a piece of toast. in terms of taste, this is out of this world. This is so incredibly good. I think one thing I can improve on is it is actually like quite runny. And so what I've learnt since then is if it's not setting and you've boiled it for that 30 minutes and then boiled it for longer and it's still not setting properly, you can actually just add some more lemon juice and then boil it thoroughly for a couple more minutes. And the lemon juice is the thing that actually makes it go a little bit harder, which is interesting and I didn't know. But I mean, it still tastes like so good. I've got nothing else to say. I just want to keep eating. So thank you for watching. Thank you for joining me as I learn to make this jam, cherry jam. And yeah, if you want to see more or you like this video, you know exactly what you need to do. And stay tuned for the next video, which is making cherry liqueur, which I think will be my favorite video. But this is incredible. Oh my, this is so good.